Ever wonder why some superhero moments stick with you, even if they're divisive? The death of Jonathan Kent in still sparks debate. But was it a misstep or a carefully considered choice? Um, and before we dive in, please subscribe and hit that like button if you enjoy these deep dives into your favorite films. And let's explore the story behind that heartbreaking tornado scene and the moment Clark watching helplessly as the tornado claims his adoptive father felt jarring to many. Uh, in previous iterations, Jonathan's death was a quiet, natural passing. Um, this felt different. But screenwriter David S. Goyer defends the choice in 1970s. And Goyer explains the scene wasn't about Superman's power, but about a teenage boy learning to trust his father's guidance. Clark was only 17, still grappling with um, immense power and responsibility. It wasn't a failure of strength, but a test of obedience. The film subtly builds Jonathan's protective nature. Remember the bus rescue? Uh,
Jonathan doesn't celebrate Clark's heroism, but warns him about revealing his abilities.
he fears the consequences, knowing exposure means a life forever changed. This Jonathan isn't simply a kind farmer. He's a cautious strategist. He prepares Clark for a world that won't understand him. Um, so when the tornado hits, his signal for Clark to stay put isn't a cruel act, but a desperate plea for trust. Clark obeys, not because he lacks power, but because he believes in his father rescindance. Uh, it's a heartbreaking moment of faith, even in the face of tragedy. Uh, it, um, it's a son honoring his father's wishes, even as everything falls apart. Not everyone saw the scene negatively. Veteran Superman writer Mark Waid praised the choice as brave. He highlighted the emotional weight of Clark's last words to Jonathan and how that final act of trust seals the scene's impact. Wade saw the tornado as a tragic rite of passage. He admired how uh, the scene forced Clark to confront his power and his loyalty, creating a truly unforgettable moment. It wasn't about the spectacle, but the emotional resonance. The scene isn't about if Clark could have saved Jonathan, but why he didn't. It's a story about a father um, preparing his son for a lonely destiny, and a son honoring his father's final request. It's a complex, challenging moment that continues to spark discussion. And speaking of challenging, did you know Superman's weakness to kryptonite was originally just a plot device to move the story along? Um, Talk about a quick fix. With that said, thanks for watching, and until next time, see you next time.